let's take a look at this week's lecture notes or the PowerPoint slides. This is just a basic overview of ethical hacking. Our objectives now are the role of an hacker, what you can do legally as an ethical hacker, and what you can't do as an ethical hacker. An ethical hacker is someone paid to perform penetration tests. This is breaking into a company's network to find the weak links before an outside attacker does so themselves. A vulnerability assessment is a test to enumerate vulnerabilities in an application or a system. Security test, they analyze a company's security policy and their procedures, and then will report any vulnerabilities to management for fixing. Security pen testers, their roles are hackers. If you do not have permission, you're breaking the law. Crackers do so illegally, and an ethical hacker does everything a hacker does, but only with their permission. A script kiddie, packet money, younger, inexperienced people who use programs by other people but may not understand how they work. A script can run. That's a set of instructions to carry out attacks. Scripts don't have to be used for that at all. They can be used for any automation task. Hacktivists, people who hack computers for social or political reasons. That's the people like Anonymous with the Guy Fawkes masks. Pen testers, multiple operating systems, hacking tools available to job requirements. Vulnerability attacks, discovery and scanning, and application of exploits. They will participate inside of activities, including application source code reviews, pen testing. They will make sure that they will produce reports, debrief the client, participate and provide recommendations, share knowledge, and demonstrate an understanding of country, state, and city cyber laws. Pen testing methodologies. There are 3 of them. You have white box, black box, and gray box. White box, you know everything that's going on inside and out. Black box, staff has no idea it's happening. The tester has nothing, and they go in completely blind. In a gray box, a mix of the two. For example, we've got a floor plan here, and you could say, hey, I need to find out what's going on inside the break room here, or down in the lobby, find out where there are issues regarding servers, administration, and these computers that are shown here. Multiple certifications exist for pen testing. At a minimum, you'll probably get Security Plus. CompTIA also has a pen test program specifically geared towards those who are ethical hackers. There is the Offensive Security Certified Professional and Certified Ethical Hacker. It's one of the largest and most difficult tests that there is. OPSD, Open Source Security Testing Methodology Manual. They have standardized certifications based on the OSSTM. And CISSP, this is the granddaddy of them all for security professionals. This one is for leaders, managerial. It is considered a mile wide and an inch deep. Stanton's Institute has a few certifications themselves, including GIAC. But what is best? For pen testers and security testers, you need technical skills over managerial skills. So the pen test, Security Plus test, those that show that you have technical know-how, those ones are good for your career. However, there is a danger to certification exams. A lot of times you will take them just so that you can check a box, but you have to actually understand the information that is in the test and what it covers. Legally, what can you do? Make sure you find out what's legal in your area. Make sure that your laws that you're following are both within the state and the country. Some states, actually owning lockpicking tools is a crime. Others, actually using them for illegal purposes is a crime, but you can own them. It varies from state to state and country to country. But considering the laws of the land, it may be illegal to have hacking tools on your computer, even if you don't use them for illegal purposes. The laws are there for society protection and may be open to interpretation. So make sure you're aware of the dangers of being a security tester. Recent hacking cases, we've got a few here, one in Kansas in 2021, California also 2021, Nevada and Atlanta 2021, and New Jersey and Florida 2021. Port scanning, is it legal? Some consider it, others don't. Check your local laws before continuing. Companies have acceptable use policies. These are there to help guide and let customers, employees, and users on a network know what is allowed and what is not allowed when using a computer network. IRC bots can be used to send automatic responses to a user and make it seem like another person is on the other side. A VPN can be illegal in jurisdictions. They are not here in America, but they are in other countries like China and North Korea. There are federal computer crime laws, including the No Electronic Theft Act, Economic Espionage Act, Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, Identity Theft Assumption Deterrence Act, the Electronic Communication Privacy Act, the Patriot Act, Homeland Security Act, again the CFAA, the Stored Wired Electronic Communications and Transactional Records Act. All of these have various computer laws and affect different aspects of computers. So what can't you do illegally? You can't access someone else's computer without permission. You cannot destroy data without permission. You cannot copy information without their permission. You cannot install viruses. You cannot deny users access to their resources, and ensure that your actions do not prevent anybody from performing their jobs. When in doubt, get it in writing, especially if you get arrested for something. If you have proof that you're allowed, then ensure that you have that on your person in case something happens that it comes back to bite you. If you're going to work as an independent contractor, you can take a look at these two books here, both by Alan Weiss, and you can check on the internet for contract templates. And when in doubt, always use an attorney. What skills do you need? You need knowledge of network and computer technologies, understanding management, understanding how to communicate with IT and management personnel, laws in your location, and how to apply the tools to perform the tasks you wish to do. We can describe the role of the ethical hacker. We can describe what we do legally as an ethical hacker and also what we cannot do as an ethical hacker. That is the end of this lecture. Have a good rest of your week, and thanks for listening.